breaks down how his Rams are battering opponents. And the guys go deep on Carson Wentz and what he's doing in Philly that has Eagles fans flying high. Kick off your Sunday right, 11 a.m. Eastern, only on Fox.
The Texans will be in Seattle to take on the Seahawks Sunday. The Houston offense has been on fire, led by Deshaun Watson. They've averaged nearly 40 points in their last 4 games. And Deshaun is tied for second in the NFL with 15 touchdown passes. But Seattle has won 3 straight, and their defense has only given up about 12 points per game during that streak. Eric Mangini and Rob Parker are still with us. Shannon, what do you call them?
Ink Pen and Teller. They had the Laugh Factory tonight, guy catchers. Try to feel.
Love that because remember, Teller doesn't ever speak, and if he's Teller, he speaks a lot, right?
Yeah, he
it's just that you don't pay attention to what he says.
Is that what it is? Okay. Just
Skip, I'll start with you. How much of a shot do you give Deshaun against Seattle's defense?
Man, is this not the ultimate test for a rookie quarterback going up to Seattle, where the most points they've allowed all year is, what, 18 at home? Now back to my man, Coach Mangini, who has always said, going back many years, when I love hard. Don't you say that?
Oh, my God.
Yeah. That's Tim Tebow.
Yeah, well, this
RG3.
is... Yeah. Well, he got hurt. Yeah.
Dak.
Tebow did really well.
Dak Prescott.
I love me some Dak.
I mean, he loved hard, but he'll fall out of love quick, though.
No, I will not. No, that's not true.
He stays with it.
I do love me some Deshaun Watson, and that started after the first national championship game that he lost to Coach Saban's #1 ranked Alabama Crimson Tide defense. And in that game, he threw for 405 yards and ran for 73, and then came back and got some revenge, throwing for 420 in the last national championship game. Ran for 43. So in those 2 games, he had 7 touchdowns to 1 interception against St. Nick's defense. It was sensational. And obviously threw the last second touchdown pass to beat Alabama last championship game. He now leads the NFL in QBR with 82. He's now 15 touchdowns to 5 interceptions. And he's lost 2 games at Tom Brady on a last-second Brady to Brandon Cooks pass with 23 seconds left to go. 25 yards. Lost that game 36-33 and threw for 301 at Foxborough. I know everybody's lighting up the
he was 100 yards short of everybody else.
That's true, but still, for a rookie quarterback up there, it's pretty good to hang in with Tom Brady. And he did lose at home to the then 5-0 Chiefs, but his QBR that day was 95, which on a scale of 0 to 100 is really good.
But there was a lot of garbage stuff at the end, too. Remember, they were down big.
They lost 42-34. Right, but he played very well, and boy, he was lighting them up late in that game. So here we go at Seattle. They're a 5.5-point underdog, and I was surprised it's only 5.5. But if I were a betting man, I would take the 5.5 points because I believe that Deshaun and his offense can put up 24. That's what I believe, and that's a lot up at Seattle.
Yeah.
But if they can score 24, my fear would be, can Houston's suddenly faltering defense with no J.J. Watt, no Merciless, could they hold Russell Wilson and company to 27, someone in that range? Because if it gets to 30, you'd lose the point spread, obviously. Yeah. I'm going to say it's 27-24 Seattle, that they do cover, in that Deshaun Watson plays well. He gives a good account of himself in his, by far, the most difficult test of his rookie year will be this one.
Yeah, I give him a great shot, and because it's Deshaun Watson. Now, rookie quarterbacks are 1-7 against the Pete Carroll coach defense. 1-7. You know who that guy that won the game was? Andy Dalton in 2011. But this is not a normal rookie. Seattle is not a blitz-heavy team. We call it alert. They call it robber. Now everybody's getting these catchy terms. Play cover one, single high safety, and Cam Chancellor jump the crossing routes. But if you blitz this young man, not only can he make plays outside the pockets with his arms, at Cincinnati, what he'll do, he'll go 40-plus yards for a touchdown. So you have to be very, very careful. Now, I love Seattle secondary. Earl Thomas, he's the best safety in the game. You got Richard Sherman, one of the top corners. Cam is probably the best strong safety in the game. So I like this matchup. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I'm going like 20. What I have? I had 20-17. That's what I got.
Yeah, to me, this is tough sledding. This is really tough sledding.
Because the conventional wisdom would be this will be ugly.
Well, I don't know if it's going to be ugly. The noise there is one thing that you have to deal with, and people talk about that at a lot of stadiums, but in Seattle it's real. And you look at what they've done defensively. It's been 3 points in the second half of the last 3 games. Seattle's given up 9 points total in the fourth quarter over 6 games. Mm-hmm. That's pretty amazing. And where Seattle has an advantage that a lot of teams don't is their team speed. They've got excellent team speed, so even though Deshaun is going to have those broken plays, they're going to be able to close the gap on those plays pretty quickly. And in the secondary, a lot of broken plays create big plays down the field with secondaries. Seattle, historically, when we've been in those situations against them, they're able to actually convert those into big plays for them. You want to be decisive against that defense because they have that ability. It's the same thing in the red zone. We used to try to coach Colin to go to the first read right now, yeah. Colin Kaepernick, because if you try to move around, they're so good at reading and reacting and jumping that it generates plays for them. So I don't know how well he's going to handle the environment. And as much as his ability to generate plays is been to his advantage, this defense is different against guys like that.
I look at it as, do you think it's going to be
I think
a rout?
I don't think it's going to be a rout. Probably 20-10. I don't know if they're going to get over 10 points.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, if they don't, listen, Russell Wilson's offense has just been on fire.
Yeah, but they can't run the ball, and let's see how well they can protect. They still have some guys that can get to the quarterback.
You realize Houston has allowed the 25th most points in the NFL this year.
So they might get
a lot.
So it might be a rout then.
I got 24-13, and I just think it's a bad matchup. The stat you brought up about the rookie quarterback, and then you talking about their defense and what they do. I like Deshaun Watson. I like what he does. Exciting player, can do so many different things. But I think against this defense, this will be the one where, excuse me, it'll be tested. And you'll take a look at him and see. Now, if he's able to crack that code and do something against them or upset them on the road, now I'm talking about something totally different. I will be very impressed. I don't see it happening.
And when you look at Richard Sherman or hear Richard Sherman's statements, he's talking about the fact that he's poised. He gives him that due, but he says he makes a decent amount of rookie decisions. Mm-hmm. So they're talking about it in that locker room about the opportunities that he's going to give them with throwing the ball in tight coverage. You can see what Seattle's mindset is, and I think there's a lot of truth to what Richard says.
Yeah. And rookie quarterback, you always try to take away his first read. Make him go to his second because normally, especially a guy like Deshaun, more times than not, he'll pull that ball down and take off running. He's not going to go like Tom Brady. Okay, 1 to 2, take my check down. They're not there yet. But this kid is special. This kid has something. He has.
You know what? He's got some pretty special receivers. DeAndre's pretty special.
Oh, yeah.
DeAndre Hopkins and Will Fuller can get. He can get past people.
He might. Hopkins might see Richard Sherman all day.
He probably will, but they can bang the ball with.
They got Fuller, Braxton Miller,
and Dante Foreman, the big kid from Texas.
You might still be coaching in the league if you had Deshaun Watson. You know, you might.
Wow, that's the best you can do. It must be Friday, Rob, because your material has dried up.
Well, you guys talking about who Skip loves. Skip loves Deshaun. He leads the NFL in QBR. Dak is second in QBR.
And I did say before the draft, the Browns would forever regret if they don't take Deshaun Watson. I think they're regretting it.
The Browns make a lot of regrettable
decisions. What about Wentz? They had a chance to get Wentz the year earlier. And they see Wentz and Deshaun Watson got like 32 touchdowns between the two, and their quarterback got 30.
I think they're just embracing their brand.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for them.
Look at that. That sounds like bitter. That sounds bitter.
Oh, no. He
lives in Ohio.
Yeah.
He's still getting paid by the Browns.
I know. The Browns still paying you?
They are not still paying me.
No,
as of last week. Last check.
The last check?
Last check was deposited last week.
I was trying to get breakfast. I figured since they're paying for it, right?
To buy you breakfast? He's always trying to get free food.
Yes. That's why he go to the games. They feed the sports.
I'm going to the Laker game tonight.
Security checks his bag every time he leaves the building.
Because he's got like
leftovers and
he brings Tupperware.
No, I only take sweets home. I don't take cookies, cake.
Eric, thanks for joining us.
Have a great weekend.
Lynch, you too. Is Marshawn Lynch becoming a distraction for the Raiders? We'll discuss that next.